Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Michael, thank you for the generous introduction and for your leadership. I have to tell you, I share the pride of Nancy, who was busy filming every single move you were making up here. Is this your smartphone? This has your remarks on it, right? Pardon me if I just repeat what Michael said. Thank you for your friendship. And to you and all of the board members of ACDC, to Janelle Chan and all of the staff, thank you for everything you do and have done for 25 years in building a sense of community. I want to say just a word about community, with apologies to Janet, who has heard me say this a bunch of times, because she tracks carefully and not always gently critiques everything I do. By the way, let's give a round of applause to one of the most effective and serious journalists in politics in the country, Janet Wu. Thank you, Janet. I suppose I should also apologize for the same reasons to Treasurer Grossman, with whom we have been at any number of events and heard me make this point as well. Treasurer, thank you for your service and your friendship. I'm so glad you're here tonight as well. Most of you know I grew up on the south side of Chicago in the 50s and the 60s. And there were a lot of things we didn't have in those days, but one of the things we did have was a sense of community. Because that was a time when every child was under the jurisdiction of every single adult on the block. So if you messed up down the street in front of Ms. Jones, she would straighten you out as if you were hers and then call home. So you get it 2 times. And I remember talking a lot in the first campaign about Ms. Jones, and on one occasion we went out to Chicago with a relatively then young volunteer named Brendan Ryan, who, and we were shooting some footage in my old neighborhood, and who should come up wondering what was going on but Ms. Jones herself. And I loved it because Brendan had assumed all that time that she was just a mythic character, when in fact she was the same person with the same bad attitude that I remember when I grew up. What those adults were trying to get across to us was that they had a stake in us. That community is understanding the stake that each of us has, not just in our own dreams and our own struggles, but in our neighbors as well. For 25 years, ACDC has been building and refreshing and sustaining that sense of community as well. And I am so convinced that that is critical, not just for Chinatown, not just for the Asian community generally, but as the foundation for solutions to a whole host of challenges that face us across the Commonwealth and across the country. Understanding the stake that we have in our neighbors' dreams and struggles, as well as our own. That sense of community came together in powerful ways around a whole series of projects, but most especially and most recently, Parcel 24. A long time coming, a long time looking for a way to knit together a community that had been rent apart because of the Southeast Expressway. And with the help of the city and HUD and so many of you in this room, but most of all the leadership of ACDC, Parcel 24 is about to be redeveloped in some incredibly exciting ways. And by the way, Kirk, get on with it. I saw Kirk Sykes on the way in, and I said, you know, I drive by Parcel 24 on my way to work and on my way home. I want to see something coming out of the ground soon, as all of you do. I just want to thank you all for 25 years of keeping the faith, of seeing your stake in your neighbors' dreams and struggles, and being an extraordinary example of that for all the rest of us. Thank you for including me tonight. I appreciate it very much.